So you want wireless charging in your car? Don't cry about it. Howdy y'all, it's Kentucky Ranger with another review. This time it is the CNSL wireless QI charger, or Qi charger. I call it Qi charger. I don't know Qi. But here it is in all of its beauty and splendor. It has an adjustable clamp here at the bottom, spring loaded. When you push, there's a little button on the back here. When you push it, it pops down, so you can adjust this to get your phone positioned on the pad. And the pad is a really nice, soft, rubberized. So are the side clamps. So your phone's never going to get scratched. It even has little rubber pads down here in the cradle bottom. So you want to adjust that to get your phone within the, because there's coils up underneath here. Qi charger coils up under here, so you want to make sure you get that adjusted properly. And there's a little button there. It's really cool. It has that I don't know what's it called. That's like nano material. It's like that other. It's like the other phone holder that I did a review on here just the other day. You can see it's sticky, extremely. I can't even get the cover sticker off. Very, very sticky. It's just like I was talking about the lint rollers. Extremely sticky, sticky, sticky. And I really like this feature is it has a telescoping arm. So you can really position this. Whoops, I tightened it. But you can position this. I like the little clicks, because once you tighten it, it ain't going anywhere. It's got a floating ball head. It's just anywhere you want this thing, it's gonna go. But you get that to the position you want. You tighten it down, lefty loosey. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Okay, it's really cool. Yeah, you can see it there. Like I say, this is an uneven or kind of a rough surface. You just clamp that down, and it ain't going anywhere. It is not going anywhere. And then you just adjust it to whatever you need, whatever kind of angle. And then once you get it there, well, I can't do it. I got to plug it in. It comes with a cord on one end for the unit itself. It looks like USB-C. Pretty sure that's what that is. Then on the other end is USB. Most modern cars have a USB, at least one outlet on somewhere in the car. I think mine has two. But you can also get a cigarette lighter adapter that has a USB. It doesn't come with one. I'm not going to dock them for that, because you can get one pretty cheap. But you plug this in, and I just happen to have a USB socket down here. Get this plugged in. I'll power it up so you guys can see what this thing does. Oh, come on. Get in there. Good Lord. There we go. But anyhow, you just, oh, here we go. This is so sticky. And just like with the other one, when it's time to take this off of your dash, don't just yank it, because you'll damage your dashboard, because it really does stick that much. Just take your fingernail and get up underneath it, and then just slowly peel, nice and slow, and it'll come off. And it leaves absolutely no residue. strangest material I've ever seen. It's so sticky. I mean, like the other one, I'm gonna do that on this one too. you stick it to your hand and you set it. Ouch! Get that. And you set it. It'll even stick to your hand. Look at that. That is so cool. I'll let it sit in for a second. There we go. Oh, it ain't going nowhere now. Hey, look at that. That's on my hand. Now you can imagine that being on my hand. Ugh, that's so sticky. It's going to stick to your dashboard. Now, you want to make sure you keep it off the real curvy, or if you extremely bumpy surfaces, I don't think it'll work. But if it's just a texture like this, or like most dashboards, it's going to stick. You ain't going to have no trouble. And if you've used this time and time and time again, see my hands are greasy, so it's starting to lose the sticky. All you have to do is just rinse this in the sink. Maybe wash it off with a little bit of soap. See now it's not sticking all that well because my hands are all greasy. But you just take some light dish soap or just water, rinse it off, and it'll go right back to as sticky as it was the day it came out of the package. So that is really cool. So let's plug this in so you can see how it works. Now I'm gonna go out to my car and I'm gonna show you how it works in my car. Get this plugged in. There we go. You see the little lights, it boots up. Here, let me plug it down here so you can see. When you first turn it on, it boots its little self up. It goes through some kind of little boot up. Not real sure what that's doing. But what happens, there's this little infrared sensor here. And when your phone gets close to it, it comes, ain't that cool? It comes apart and then it goes back on. Let me show you what it's doing. Let me get my phone in here so you can see. When you get the phone close to it, and then it clamps down. Ain't that cool? And when I say it clamps, the phone ain't going nowhere. I've had this in my car for a couple of days and I've been on some really bouncy roads. It ain't going anywhere. And you might say, well, how do you get it off? Well, this little silver button right here, and when you're grabbing a hold of this, your fingers kind of naturally go there anyway. It's touch sensitive. You don't have to click it or anything. It senses your finger. And there it lets it go. Then it clamps back. And then you can manually do it here. But I think it's cool what it knows you're coming. And then it just clamps onto it. Ain't that cool? It's so cool. And you just hit the button. It lets go. Let me show you. Oops, hang on. Okay. I'm getting excited. Anyhow. And boom, look at that. It's charging. See the little charger? I don't know why. Oh, I'm on the wrong side of the screen. I'm backwards today. And there you go. It's charging. I think that is so cool. So give me my phone back. This does have the, when I was researching this, one of the reasons I got it, it's just because they're not cheap. Hang on, I forgot to write the price down. Okay, sorry about that. I had to look it up. These chargers aren't cheap. This one is $49.99. But you get what you pay for. I mean, it's really, really cool. Whoops, it thinks I'm going in for the kill here. Let me turn that off. I mean, it's made out of real rugged, even though it's plastic, everything's plastic. Real rugged design. The cord length, I don't know if it'll be a problem for you. It's not a problem for me. My Subaru Outback, it fits just fine. In the video that I'm going to do where I'm out in it, you'll see all the different little, how you can turn it sideways or this way. So like if you're using your maps, your GPS on your phone, you can turn it sideways. Or if you're vlogging from your seat, you know, anything like that, or you want to record your daily drive, rotates freely. It, you know, you can position it anywhere. And once you get this tightened down, it's tight and it's going to hold it. In fact, even with the bumpy, jarry roads, it's still going to hold it, but it's free enough to where you can still turn it, or if you need to tilt it, it's still going to hang on, but it's there. Once you put where you want it, it's going to stay. But yeah, they're all pretty expensive. As far as price, this one pretty much falls right into the category of what they all cost. Anyhow, what separated this one from the rest is this has 3rd generation reinforced copper coils. And what that means is the copper that's inside is purer, and it enables it's more efficient, so it's 30 to 40% faster charging. I've had it on my car for a couple of days and I've been driving around with it, and it does seem to charge pretty quick. It supports, let's see, 5, 7.5, and 10 watt QI recharging. So depending on what your phone's designed, like my iPhone 8, I think it's 10 watt. So this will do 10 watts. It'll do 5 to 10 watts depending on what your phone has. Whatever it is, it'll do it. Any brand, Apple, Nokia. If you got a cell phone with QI, it has to be QI compatible charging. It will charge your phone. Extremely adjustable, like I was showing you, the little clamp here, or the little rest. But see, the reason that this is adjustable, let me turn this back on so you can see. I'll show you with my phone. If I have this adjusted all the way up, which with my phone that's not going to work, you'll see. When I place this in here, you can see right here, if I can get the glare out, it's not charging, completely not charging. And the reason is because, let's see if I can shove this down, because it clamps on. It's not hard, but it clamps pretty good. Okay, now it's just acting silly. Okay, see, it's still not charging. If I put this down and I move the phone down, okay, you notice now it's charging. You have to get the coil that's inside your phone has to be centered with the coil that's in the charger. So you can see now that it's properly positioned, it's charging. Oh, I'm on the ad. Anyhow, like I said, because the coil is pretty much right in the center here. So if you, I'll turn that off. It keeps thinking I'm trying to set it. So that's why it has this slide, because you have, and you can hear the little clip. You have to get it to where your phone's charging coil is centered with this. So that's why it has this. Well, plus it's quick, you know, you can cradle it so that when you turn it, or when you go to mount it when you get in your car. Oh, here's the boot. Oh, I didn't turn it off. No, didn't have it plugged in. So when you go to mount it, it's a quick reference. It slides, you know, it just gives you somewhere to put it. Plus, if you're on really jarry roads, it's going to keep it from sliding down, because it might want to slide down. I don't know though, it's clamped on there pretty dang good. Another thing I found out when I first started using this, take your phone out before you turn the ignition off, because once you turn the ignition off, it won't let go of your phone. It's just a Ranger word to live by. Make sure you get your phone out before you turn the key off. So anyhow, we're going to go to the car and see what it looks like, and then we're going to come back here and wrap it up. All right, here we are out in the car. I tried several different spots, and this was the perfect spot for this car. I tried the little vent thing, but it put the phone down where it was over. I didn't like that. So anyhow, this is where it ended up. What's really cool is like you get close to it. Of course, I already showed that to y'all. I think that's really cool. So you just take your phone, you put it in, or you get it close, and then there you go. And it's locked in. I think that's really cool. And then the little extension, it'll bring it closer or further away wherever you want it. And the cool thing about that is that when you're driving, if you need to check something, you just hit the button. Like I've got the music set on the Bluetooth, so you want to pause it, or go to the next song, anything like that, or go to the whatever song. You don't really have to take your hand off the steering wheel to do it. I think that's really cool. Plus, if you're using, where is it? I got it on here somewhere. Google Maps. Okay, so say you're wanting to use GPS, you're wanting to do the trip thing. You just tilt it sideways. That's another cool thing. Even though this is on tight, it still gives you the leeway to where you can maneuver it. So there's the map, and then you do your GPS on there. I think that is really cool. Or if you're like vlogging from your car or something like that, you can tilt it to do that. And you tilt it back. And like I say, I got the music control on here, so it's really cool, and you can adjust it. Plus, this being the Subaru, I've got eyesight on here. This does not interfere with eyesight, because eyesight, the camera angle of this comes way over where this is at, so you don't have to worry about eyesight. It's just really cool. It's a really, really cool. Plus, it charges. While it's on here, you can see it's charging my phone. And your thumb will naturally kind of rest here anyway, but you just touch that button, you take your phone. You want to make sure you do that before you turn your car off, because when your car's turned off, there's no power, and it wants to keep your phone. Anyhow, that in a nutshell is really, that's about all there is to this. It's really a cool thing. So we'll go back to Ranger in the studio. Oh, wait a minute, I'm Ranger. You know what I mean. A few moments later. Oh, one thing I have to kind of cut in here, I forgot. It also has a vent mount. And all you have to do is you just unscrew the clamp there, and you just pop that, whoops. Well, and you just pop that ball off, pop this in, and tighten it down. And then you can mount this on the vent of your car. I can't believe I forgot this. And it was sitting right in front of me. It's spring loaded. You just stick that into your vent and it clamps and it holds. And I'll tell you what, it really holds. I tried it in my car and it was covering my radio. It didn't work. But it might work in your car, because all cars are different. The cool thing is when you have it on the vent like that, is when the vent's blowing on it keeps your phone cool. So that's kind of an added benefit. I can't believe I forgot that. So anyhow, I'm gonna sneak this in. So let's go back. Alrighty, we're back in the studio. As you can see, it fits really good. If you're a Subaru owner, I'm going to stress again, because I did out there in the car, as long as you position it like I did, it is not going to interfere with eyesight. And I know other brands of cars, they have something similar to eyesight, where they have stereo cameras looking out. I don't know if it'll interfere with those or not. I know some cars, I think Volvo, they have like radar. Now, I don't think that is like goes out of right there at the car. I'm not sure. That's something you're definitely going to have to check before you mount it, like I did. These newer cars, they have so many gadgets and doodads. You have to be careful of that. And that was one of my main concerns, was the eyesight system, to make if this was going to work where I wanted it positioned. And it does. And I tried it. I even put it way up. You can tell. I could tell because I positioned it in a goofy position where the camera was picking it up. Eyesight still, it worked pretty good. It glitched a couple of times, but I mean, I had it plumb all the way up, you know, so it was seeing. It was like this thing was right in front of the camera, so naturally eyesight's going to see it. And it was kind of compensating. I got a couple of times where it glitched for a couple of seconds and turned eyesight off, but it came back on. So you don't want to do that. But where I had it positioned works perfect, so I don't have to worry about that. Like I said, it don't come with a cigarette lighter adapter. I'm not going to dock it for that, really, because like I said, most modern cars have USB sockets. Carla's in there laughing about something, my wife. Most modern cars have USB sockets. If yours don't, I'll have a link to one of the adapters. I'll have to check. I'm not sure what the price on one of those would be. It can't be that much. $49.99. Yeah, it's a little steep. It's going to be something that you kind of want to have. It's like you really have a need for it. For me, I just like it because it puts my phone where I want it, where I can see it. It charges my phone while it's in it without a cord. And it's just kind of cool. Just a cool little gadget. Anyhow, this is CNSL. So I'll have a link in the description so you can check it out and you can look at the specs. And I'll have my video review on there too. So if you happen to be browsing around Amazon and you see this, hey, Kentucky Ranger, check my YouTube channel out. It's just a cool little unit. Very well built, very solid. Awesome little thing. So, thanks for watching. 5 Rangers. Did I say 5 Rangers? I'm getting old. Really cool gadget. Hope y'all liked it. I'll see you in the next review. God bless. Take care.